In a storyline that's getting a lot of attention, The Bold and the Beautiful's Eric Forrester, played by John McCook, has had to bare his soul to those closest to him as he's come up with, shall we say, an unorthodox way of keeping his wife satisfied. For his performance as a conflicted but also decisive man, Soap Hub bestows Performer of the Week honors for B&B on McCook. John McCook, Performer of the Week as Eric Forrester. John McCook has been playing marital strife since B&B began nearly 35 years ago. His marriage to Stephanie, Susan Flannery, had a feeling of malaise and it never truly recovered. The man who brings fashion to women worldwide was filled with passion and went on to have romances and marriages to Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, Sheila, Kimberlyn Brown, and Donna, Jennifer Garais. His current mate Quinn, Rena Sofer, drifted into an affair with Carter, Lauren's son Victor, which nearly torpedoed Eric's current union. The Forrester patriarch thought it over and took Quinn back upon realizing he played a role in her straying. Next, Eric gave his blessing to Quinn for her to continue her affair as he could not sexually satisfy her. Reluctantly, Quinn and Carter gave into their passion. B&B's Ridge, Thorsten Kaye, and Brooke, doing their best Gladys Kravitz impersonation, dug into Quinn's doings and found out that she was still doing Carter. Ridge made a beeline over to Eric's house to get to the truth. The last thing Eric wanted was to send his wife into the arms of another man, and the second to last thing he wanted was to have to explain his reasoning to Ridge. Having to do so called for Eric to be both vulnerable and angry. McCook rose to the occasion and delivered a tour de force as he informed Ridge what his new deal is with Quinn. "Do you want me to have to say this out loud to you?" a heartbroken Eric rhetorically asked. "You think I'm so weak, standing here, so decrepit? Do you know how much strength it took for me to ask her to do this? I'm doing the best I can here." Despite Eric's passion, Ridge still couldn't let go of his belief that this was all somehow Quinn's doing. Eric passionately drove his point home by pointing out to Ridge how everyone has left him. He started by listing the names of his children, starting with Ridge, Thorne, Ingo Rademacher, Kristen, Tracy Melchior, Felicia, Leslie Kay, Rick, Jacob Young, Bridget, Ashley Jones, recalling the latter two during their time as toddlers on B&B. Eric feels that if this current deal is the only way for him to have companionship in life, then he can live with it. The fashion designer was furious at times throughout this episode, justifiably so. A lesser actor would have remained angry the entire time, but McCook embraced vulnerability as Eric wished upon his son, "I hope it never happens to you," referring to Eric's erectile dysfunction. "I hope you never get to the point where you fear being alone as I fear it now. I hope that never happens to you." Eric sealed his position with a firm kiss, literally by planting one on Quinn's lips. Time will tell if Ridge is convinced that his father knows what he is doing or not. After a certain point, we imagine Eric no longer cares. Based on social media reactions, some have considered this tale to be a bit of a flop. However, no one can deny that John McCook has delivered some incredible acting work as this storyline plays out. The Bold and the Beautiful, VB, airs weekdays on CBS. Check your local listings for airtimes or about what's coming up in Los Angeles. Check out all the latest that's been posted on B&B Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Adblock test, why?